explanation why you retired.
They will ask, yeah. And maybe someone has an asset that is not longer active and we can retire like that, we can go over the process of how to do it. So here you got all the categories of the assets, right? Everything is here. You got all the buildings, so building comes with building access, construction, and if you keep clicking down, building repo, descent system, fixed ladder, everything is here. You gotta make sure that you know what asset. If it's a mini split, make sure that it goes into the mini split bucket. If it's a mini split, you don't want to put it as a rooftop unit. And I've seen that a lot in other properties. You go into a property and you guys, for the most part, you guys all have RTU rooftop units. But then when you go and you open the asset, it's set up as an air handling unit, right? And that's when you get a lot of the not applicable, right? Because an RTU, right, it doesn't have chill water. But then when you go and you do your PM, it's asking for chill water set points. It's not applicable. And that's when you get a lot of whenever facility goes and do a PM or you guys have a PM, you guys got to go and click on not applicable. It's really important that you go, and if it's like that, you fix it. And there's a way. I'm going to show you guys a way on how to. If you have it as an RTU, you don't have to retire that asset. If you have it as a air handling unit and it's an RTU, you don't have to retire it. You can just change the point wizard in the system and put it as an RTU. And I'll show you guys how to do that. But all the assets are here. If you want to create an asset, right? Give me an example. Someone wants to create an asset, whichever asset.
Coffee machine, whatever.
Coffee machine, right? And we can create one, Julio, and then we can delete it.
Because coffee machine is easy.
Yeah, we can just create one and then delete it, right? Let's just put coffee. Then you got everything here. You want to make sure that if it's coffee machine for food service, then you click here, right? They have one already, but we can create another one, which is it's fine. We'll and like that we'll practice how to delete it. You want to come here. You want to make sure that you're already in the coffee machine, right? You don't want to be in F&B or you don't want to be in guest room. Coffee machine. So it's right here in this right asset. Then you can put a description. Yeah. Or yeah, let's do it. Bistro. Coffee machine. Asset ID. You can create an asset ID, right? It cannot be the same another asset ID that is already set up in the system, but you can create it. The system doesn't have to tell you what asset ID you gotta use. Let's just
don't duplicate it.
Don't duplicate it.
00431.
004. I think they're probably gonna have that. They're probably gonna have that. Let's just put 9999.
Okay.
Right? And here is your point type. You want to make sure that it's here, the right point type. Right? Save it. Then here comes the requirements, right? To be able to save this asset. Where's the location? Well, I don't think they have a bistro, so let's say restaurant.
It should be L1.
They have it on the 9th floor.
Oh, yeah,
they have it, yeah. So they have the restaurant on the 9th floor, right? So let's just put 9th floor. That's the location where this asset is going to be located. It's on the 9th floor. Safety notes. You want to click on edit, and then a coffee maker. That's 120 volts. Just unplug it from the outlet, right? Or shut off the disconnect. I would just put shut off main disconnect. Notify others. You gotta have something in the shutdown procedure and on the notify others, right? Notify chief engineer. Then you want to save it. There's mandatory questions that you have to fill out. Now, if you know the serial number, it's always beneficial to have it there as well, right? So manufacturers, I'm not going to put anything, I'm just going to put an 8, but you got to have the manufacturer there, right? An 8 for now. Model number, just put the model number of the coffee maker. Serial number, try to have the serial number there as well, because it's really important, because sometimes what happens is the serial number on that coffee maker, it goes bad on the tag ID that it has on the coffee maker, and everybody's going crazy. But if you have it here, you can just go back to Transcendent, and it's gonna be there for you.
And also, when you order parts, sometimes
Yes.
they need additional
To
serial
search any
number.
part.
And if you're in front of the computer with the phone ordering parts, you don't have to go to the restaurant to get those numbers. You have it here. Now, you gotta make sure that the asset is updated and it
Of
has the
course.
right information. Because if not, you're gonna
I
be
have a
ordering something
situation,
else.
it's model number usually, but when it's specific part, they ask you, can you give me the serial number too? So they have their own.
Yeah.
Just another.
You don't do anything else here. Funding source. So a coffee maker is escrow. It's not an owner. Owners are big mechanical stuff, like RTU, like chillers. That's owner funded. The rest of the FF&E is just escrow. Everything has to go to the escrow. And this is important here, right?
Mhm.
Because what you guys do not know is that if you put something running here, whenever there's capex time, then if you put owner, this is going to go into owners, and then when your GM is working in capex, right, they would have to change it from owner to escrow, because if not, the finance thing is not going to allow them to process capex. So it takes more work, and it takes a lot of work to do capex. So if you can put the right information here, it will save the GM a lot of time. Dating service. If for some reason you found that this piece of equipment it was not in Transcendent before, but you don't know the date or when it was purchased or since when it has been there, just put today's date. I mean, don't go crazy. Just put today's date. There's no way of you finding out the exact date, so just put the today's date. And that's about it, right? You save. And then it's going to be here. Now, what do we do after this?
You
You
gotta
have to
create.
sign it. You made the road, you made the.
You have to assign it to someone.
Anything created.
So how do you assign it? You go to home,
Yeah.
and then activities not set up. There it is, right?